And then everyone's complaining because their drinks are getting warm. What if you could go over to the corner of your kitchen,
just plug it in,
and plug it in,
turn it
and
on.
in 24 hours, if you ran it continuously and refilled it as necessary, you could make 26 additional pounds of ice. Ding, ding, we have a winner.
Isn't that amazing? That's a lot of ice, David. Do you know how much ice that is?
How much ice is 26 pounds?
It's this much ice.
Both containers?
Both containers. Full of ice. That is how much. So I have 13 in each bag here.
So if you ran this continuously for 24 hours, refilling it as necessary, you could make up to 26 pounds of ice.
Right.
Now, this works on its own, on your countertop, does not have to be in a cold environment. However, if you get it out of the direct sunlight, it does tend to work a little more efficiently.
Exactly, David. And what this does is it actually makes, believe it or not, 9 cubes of ice every 7 minutes. I challenge you to go refill your ice cube tray right now, pop it in the freezer, and check it in 7 minutes to see if you have ice cubes. What you're going to see here is that those are those little pegs. Those are the freezing pegs. And here comes the ice. This is now going to, it's dropped the ice cubes already. Now it's scooping them up and putting them into the basket that's in the front. And you replenish that, you empty that basket as it gets filled up. The machine actually tells you when the ice basket is full, so you know to go and get more. It tells you when it's run out of water, so you know you can go ahead and add more water.
It's going to beep when the water is empty. It will beep when the bin is full.
Right.
And you'll know exactly. Now, here's how you're going to remove the bin. You simply pick it up because he's about to empty again, isn't
There
it?
you go. And look at those great cubes. Now, not only that, David, it makes 2 different sizes of cubes. So you can do.
This one's about to push them up and out. Here we go.
You can do a large cube or you can do a small cube. Here I've actually created the large cube, and you can see these pegs sit in some water. It refills that water as soon as the next batch of ice is done. So what happens after the pegs fall, drop the ice cubes, a little scooper comes along and will move it over into the basket.
And push it into the basket.
Exactly.
This
Here
is,
it goes.
Oh, here it comes.
Look at that. So this is no brainer. You know, if you are living in a, this is a pet peeve of mine, when you go to the ice bin and it's empty because the last person to take the ice out of the ice cube tray did not fill the ice cubes. So now you don't have to worry about that. In 7 minutes, you will have 9 ice cubes every 7 minutes.
I have 2 colors. This is the stainless steel. This is the red. Now, we did put this on Easy Pay. 5 easy payments of only $26. You put in, the maximum water it holds is 1.7 liters. Or how many ounces is that? Did we
56.
56 ounces of water. Do we have to use any special kind of water?
No, but you can use, if you want to have ice that's clearer, you can use distilled water.
Oh,
that'll give you clear ice. Or if you want to, it's not perfect, but if you boil the ice first and then let it cool, and then you put it in here, that'll give you also clearer ice cubes. Because all that you see in the cloudiness is just air. So,
just air.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then you also get a little scoop, so you can scoop that out. You know, we like to be sanitary here in our little ice maker. But you have the 2 different sizes of ice cubes, David.
Well, you know what I would do?
What would you do?
Get my big plastic cup.
You just go right in there.
Go right in there and get that bad boy filled up.
Look how great these ice cubes are. They come in the form of sort of little bullets, right? Little bullets of ice. And this is a great shape because look what I can do. In all those very, very popular drink bottles that we have now, these fit perfectly down there. So I can go ahead and pop those ice cubes right into those drink bottles. This is the one that Mark Charles had on today.
Exactly. Sean, how many of these gone now? 300 are gone. I want to show you how to get the water in here. Now,
I was going to do that right over here for you, David.
Oh, you got it right there? Great. Because we're getting some questions on where the water goes.
So here's how simple it is. You take your 56 ounces of water and you pour it into this vessel here up into that ledge. You'll see the ledge where the basket sits.
Like a fill line.
Right. You just stop right there and then the basket sits on top. Now, after the ice fills this basket, if there's any ice melt, then it'll go back into that water cavity and continue to make ice.
And it'll turn back into ice again.
Exactly. Now, this is not to store your ice in. Once that basket's full, you're going to take it out, you're going to put it into a bag and put it into your freezer or into your cooler bag, or you're going to put it on the bottom of a tray here, like you're going to chill your
Or into your
shrimp.
blend tech to make a delicious smoothie.
Exactly. And so that's the reason I have this here, because I wanted to talk about the different sizes of ice. That's the large cube. I'm going to take the smaller cubes for this. When you're blending ice and you want it to ultimately break down, you go ahead and use the smaller cubes. For the things that you don't want to melt so quickly, as if you were putting it in a cooler or a wine bucket, you're going to use the larger cubes for that. So you do something like this, and you have just the perfect blend of ice. You want that ice to get nice and soft, so you use the smaller cubes, which are going to break up more easily than the larger cubes.
Now, Meredith, you and I had talked about this morning.
Right.
Can we use this outdoors in the heat of summer?
So you can use this outdoors. We recommend inside. We like an ambient temperature between 65 degrees and 90. That's a pretty big span.
Yeah.
So, maybe in the shade, but this is going to work better inside. If it gets super hot and you're trying to run it, it's not going to run. Maybe it's 9 minutes instead of 7 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, you'll still get ice. It'll just take a little longer to operate because the machine's working harder because it's working in more extreme temperature. So I will tell you, the cord on this is 83 inches long.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah, intentionally long so that if you had to stretch this out to maybe a picnic area or something where you were trying to use it as long as you had an extension cord or whatnot.
That's for you there, because I want you to taste that. The ice should all be beautifully blended up, right? Because that ice, the smaller cubes are great for blending. So if you're making margaritas, if you're making pina coladas, things like that, drinks in the summertime, just making a slushie or a protein shake or a fruit shake, the small cube is great. If you're doing things like this, where you want the ice to melt more slowly over time, that's great. So a shrimp platter. If you're chilling your wine, your wine in an ice bucket like this, and we have some of Kevin O'Leary's white here, or if you're putting it into a cooler bag to keep other things cold, then you want to use the larger cube setting.
Here's something else to realize too. If you are planning to use this for 4th of July, order it today.
That's a good point.
That way it's going to be there in plenty of time. Sean, how many of these are gone now? 600 of them are gone. Stainless steel is much more popular than the red. I think a lot of people may leave this out on their countertop. It's also more limited. The red, of course, perfect for 4th of July.
It is. I think the red is beautiful because it's a metallic red as well. Now, I just also want to mention to people that when you're finished, here's how easy it is to turn on. You press the button that says on, and then you select your size. That's it, right? There are 2 lights here which tells you to add water or to your ice is full. And then when you drain it, there's a plug on the bottom. You just pull this over the sink or outside, undo the plug, and the water will stream.
I want to share one truth.
What's that?
In the heat of summer, when you've got a party, there is never enough ice. Anytime I entertain in the summer months, or if I'm having a barbecue and people call me last minute, David, what can I bring?
Ice.
Please bring a bag of ice.
Right.
Because now I'm realizing I'm panicking because I'm running out, right?
And then you have to go to 3 different places to get the ice because they're running out.
Because it's 4th of July weekend and everybody's sold out, right?